Gaze upon me. Become me. I see desperation. I come to crush my enemies. I reap. The strong rise. The weak crumble. My will is absolute. The abyss shall kneel. Gaze upon me. Become me. I see desperation. I come to crush my.
और इसी में जो है यहाँ पे मिलने वाले ही जीता यहाँ पे बनेगी बेस्ट ऑफ 3 का ये मैच होने वाला है गाइस तो अपनी
Was that for us?
टीम मान लीजिए ये हम
Oh my
जाने
god,
वाले
you
हैं
are
यहाँ पे
audible.
ड्राफ्ट
Okay,
के
I was
बेस
switching
ड्राफ्ट
to
और ड्राफ्ट
this one on
में
three,
आते ही
two, one.
यहाँ पे हमें मिलेगा लैंसलॉट बैन होता है उसके
Obviously, I
साथ
will
साथ
mute
क्रॉक
myself,
बैन
but I
होती
need to
हुई
give the
मिलेगी यहाँ
countdown,
पे
right?
बहुत ही बेहतरीन देखा जाए तो बैन दोनों ही साइड से बहुत ही बढ़िया दिख रहे हैं मेरे को यूशिन भी जो है यहाँ पे बैन होती हुई दिख रही है
Hey guys, welcome back, and you're watching the Esports Scrims. This is not the weekend, but well, it is just a Friday. We already have two interesting teams between us, and let's see. I guess the teams are MVP versus LND because my camera boy is so good. I don't have the data, but anyways, so I do see a lot of interesting bans coming in. Grok, Lancelot, completely understandable, but Valor and a Karina, okay, picked with a Karina official player. That is definitely a Syria. So with three MMs banned, it's going to be hard for team LND to get a good MM. So let's see who else is viable right now. I feel maybe Beatrix or Clint Granger is there. But let's see. With a few seconds left, it's got Bastia for the jungle. Okay. A jungle Bastia with a Kalea. At least it's not gonna happen to him what happened to Kyrie because Kalea is in the same team as him this time. A whale. Okay, that's a lot of magic damage. Like obviously your mage will be magic, can't really be helped about that. But still, a burst mage is kind of questionable right now because I would definitely prefer a mage who could go with Swan and like help out because enemy definitely will be getting Athena right now because Athena is gonna help them against Karina, Vale, and this Nathan. So three problems, one solution. Wow, and that is definitely viable. Let us see. So the final pick coming in as expected, it's gone Granger. So Granger versus Nathan, guys. Do let us know what you feel about this matchup. Until then, camera boy, I will also request you to send me the link of the live. And finally, we are here, guys. Moving on to the land of dawn. Already, I do see two anime skins. Okay, let's see Gojo and Sakura what do together in the same team. But it's surprising there is no purify. Damn it! Against Kalea, that is definitely brave. A flame shot whale and inspire Nathan. They are definitely gonna get kidnapped. Is that a good decision? I definitely doubt that. But well, it is what it is, guys. And with this, finally, we are here at the land of dawn. Let's see. So both the players, both the teams are starting off at the top sections of the map. This definitely looks like a bottom lane rotation. And well, Franco is just going and gonna say they are not taking the purple buff. These adjustments are really good, Like it sounds way more professional nowadays. And I'm pretty sure that a lot of players are actually hoping on for the esports career. So it's gonna be helpful, of course. But sadly, Franco does not get enough gold or EXP points. It's gonna be Kalea who's gonna be leading. Okay, Franco just got it as well. But at the same time, both the teams are not really using the recent patches to their benefit yet. Like I feel that the Vision Gold and EXP is pretty broken, and you can profit a lot from them. But until then, it looks like the bottom lane is having some ganks. Camera boy, can we focus? And well, no. Franco with his air hooks down. And that's a lot of air catching. Okay. Looks like a pretty slow paced game. Even Whale did some amount of damage and wow. Well, Franco just flickered and still missed his hook. A Whale, that is a very point blank flame shot. If Whale actually positioned himself well and used the flame shot, he might have just gotten the kill. After a flame shot, damage increases with distance. So it's like a Layla kind of gameplay. But oh, CC looks pretty low. Will she survive? Lapu Lapu chasing after CC, and well, she does survive. Ooh, once again, Karina is down.
Apologies,
Okay.
ladies and gentlemen. I I'm back. I had some Wi-Fi connection issues, and it's still not working, but I'm back now. We also see that the turtle has been taken by Boxia, of course. And as things are faring from the side of
And
Team Red, I think that they actually better chance at actually engaging in the next fight. Mako, I am so sorry about not being able to actually join you in the drafting and everything. I am completely going to apologize to the
oh,
audience as well. But look at
but
that, we've got a
still,
little bit
Rocket
of a team fight going
Guy.
on. Arshil getting the kill on Kalea, who actually overextended.
That was a good hook. That was the first hook. Like I just see Franco checking bushes with hooks and like he is not even hooking a mosquito. That is kind of sad, but at the same time, this is definitely worthwhile because once you just check a empty bush and you get a Kalea out of it into the turret with a bloody hand, and then your hands do get bloody because you get a blooded. The scoreboard is tied now with 2-2. So I guess there is a chance for a comeback. But what do you feel about this draft Chrissy because they have a lot of magic. They have a Whale, Karina, and Ethan. So I think the enemies, the Granger might just go for a Radiant or something, and it's gonna help him against not only Karina but also Whale. So taking a burst mage here is kind of troublesome. But oh,
Possibly, but the most funniest thing is, look at that. We've got the Dawning Light hidden in and getting a kill on the Karina, who was Karina official, by the way, for some reason, and got melted down. We also got Whale getting destroyed by Kuro, and he's going to find a double kill on the Franco, getting more and more one by one. But it's not just the fact that he missed out on the triple kill, it's that Karina official got taken down so fast before the second turtle of the match. Look at that. The Dawning Light on the top side has gotten Vegito a little too cornered there. I don't think they're going to actually engage over there. So they're just going to, decide on falling back and getting the turtle secured for themselves. But look at that. And surprisingly, we got Kalea buying herself. Oh, okay, the Iron Hook lands, and we've got one person getting hooked into the tower, but he's going to swiftly escape death. It's going to be Boxer getting taken out from the side of Team Blue, but Kuro is going to find his way to get Karina official again. He's going to get melted down very quickly. The Dawning Light is not going to be enough damage to take down CC. Not looking good for the side of Team Red. They lost their hyper, even though they actually got the other hyper, but obviously they had the lead and now they're actually, losing up on core pieces.
mm-hmm. This definitely looks troublesome, especially with Karina going 1-3-1. Like, she is kind of bit of an early snowball hero. She definitely has very good finishing moves, but okay,
Oh,
Kalaya just missed it. By a nook and cranny, but still, there are no purifiers against Kalaya, so that is definitely going to be dangerous if she is actually close to you for the Tsunami Slam.
I completely agree with you, but look at the bot side. We've got right now Granger taking a ton of damage, but he'll be falling back. Look at that. He's using the Rhapsody in the most peculiar way. He's going to actually stand there, but look at Boxia using the shield. Boxia Unity take down one enemy, but look at Karina finding his way to actually get the kill on Legend X. And now Karina is trying to run away for his life, but he's not going to be the only one standing there because Urshel is going to find his way to help Karina and get the kill on, obviously, Kalea. But look at that. Lapu Lapu Maleficent has come into the bot lane, getting two down, and I think he's going to be a little too low to actually engage for more, but CC is not going to let him go after making that big entrance. Now he's going to take a big back step and go back to the base.
Well, that was again kind of like underwhelming. I definitely expected a lot more, like a bit of a clutch moves and outplays coming in. Oh, the Death Sonata gets the gold crab. It's really sad, like when
Oh,
you just like trying to get the crab so much, you deal the whole damage and then it just gets stolen down. But then again, looking at the items, Karina definitely has her items right, but not enough gold yet to be actually helpful in a fight Oh, she does get a
Oh,
kill
look at
though.
that. We're talking about a fight. We're having a fight. We are getting Boxy getting the turtle. And we've got Karina official going down. Vegito getting the kill on Legend X. And we've got a little bit of a too much cluster hell. Like whatever that is. That's a lot of people actually standing together. But Arshil's going to find his way to actually get the kill on Lapu Lapu. And CC's going to follow through and try to get Boxy down too. But it's not going to be enough. We've got Whale knocking him up. But obviously Boxy's too, tanky to actually be taken out like that. Look at the Iron Hook missing absolutely everything in that vicinity. And I don't think there's going to be any more, possible follow-ups from the side of Team Blue.
Definitely. Like as I said, the air hooks are definitely demeaning right now because I just see Franco trying best to hook and like seriously, there's not much Natalia as he's able to hook right now.
I
As
don't think the
you
Natalia pick, sorry, not Natalia, I mean the Karina pick is good though. Do you think that in this condition at least, is it good to actually pick Kalea against maybe, sorry, Karina against Kalea and Boxia? I don't think it's actually working out for them. But look at that. We've got Shield Boxer Unity, but then the Flame Shot on the bot side. We got Legend X taking down Arshil. We've got Boxia also getting the kill on Vale, and I don't think Karina was able to find the kill on Legend X, who overextended to get the kill on Arshil. Not looking good for the side of Team Blue.
definitely, but Karina was an oldie pick, like Basha and the others, like even Kalea was actually picked after her, so I'm not really sure what to say. Like, I did say that it was a comfort pick, and
Oh,
obviously, like, what do you expect from the Karina official? Like, that's definitely a comfort pick coming in. But even with the freeze, I just feel like Franco's hooks and all, like, it's just really important that he is able to connect
oh,
his
top
iron
side
hooks.
off, yeah.
And that was a waste of resource, like the way he froze in front of three people. There were no follow ups, so, like, it's just a cooldown timer set.
But off the camera, we got one kill on CC with obviously Granger and Lapu Lapu doing a lot. Look at that. We've got Karina jumping in with the ultimate, getting a refresh upon refresh, but the Tsunami Slam is a little too slow. Even though Karina was taken down, that was a lot of, damage dealt to the back line off the side of Team Red. They're not actually looking for anything else. Look at that. Ursho's going in. He's not going to actually stop at all. And with the way the Buxy actually negates a lot of damage, obviously flat damage reduction from Buxy's passive, he is going to stay alive in front of Herschel's damage, Arshil's damage. But look at that. We've got right now the Bloody Hunt and also the Whale's knockout. And we've got CC using the curtain call onto the Boxy. And I think that's going to be a shutdown for the side of Team, Red. They're going to lose up on their hyper just before the first Lord of the match has spawned. And there actually might, be a little bit of a shift right now because Team Red might actually just lose this Lord.
Okay. Now, finally, they did get a lot. Like Blue Team does have a chance for a comeback, but it's very different than what I had imagined when the draft was going on. Like, as I said, I definitely expected some out of the box gameplays coming in from Karina official being a one trick player over that, but this performance is definitely underwhelming, but at the same time, 5, 6, 5, not sure, a silver medal, I guess.
I think it actually warrants a gold medal, especially with the way the team is playing. But look at that. Actually, no, it might actually just be a silver medal. You're right. But the Lord has been taken from the side of Team Blue. They actually do have the advantage in terms of pushing right now, at least. But there's always the threat of the Holy Blast being on every lane. But look at that. We've got a camera kill. Saitama getting the kill on Legend X, and the top side Lord is going to get melted down by three people. It's going to be Xavier, Kalea, and also with Lapu Lapu taking the initiative to take down the Lord and make sure there's no one pushing in the top side. Of course, nobody's going to push in the top side.
Uh,
And we've got right now Kalea jumping in, but the Whale's ultimate has locked in. But Kalea's Tsunami Slam is not going to actually keep him away. Look at that, though. He's CC immune, so he's going to stay away. Boxia, though, is not going to have the same fate. Look at that. Dawning Light gets a kill onto the enemy mage, and we've got Arshil being the one engaging into the back line for some reason, and I think Kuro has decided to use the flicker to actually jump away from, Arshil's.
oh,
Oh, we've got the flicker iron hook, and okay, we've got this Dawning Light just hitting Karina official in the face, completely blinding him, and I think that Sonata is actually following through. We've got the iron hook,
oh,
but it's going to be Legend X that gets killed in CC, and we've got Urshel also taking a ton of damage from the Kalea and also the Granger, and they're going to find their
girl.
way to get the triple kill from that whole clash that just happened. They're going to take all the capital from whatever Team Blue decided to actually throw onto Red's face, and they actually just made it into an omelet, dude.
This is the same as a Franco hooking Odette during her Ultimate the Swan song or something like that because he just got his own team killed. And even last time,
True.
like, I believe Franco is wasting a lot of his resources when there is actually not a follow up or chain coming in. Because he just uses flicker hook. He did connect, but he did not have the bloody hand. So that these decisions are definitely pretty messed up. So I believe the blue team definitely has to work on the synergy as well as the micros right now. But the scoreboard is definitely very interesting. And the scoreboard is pretty tired right now even after
Oh, it
such
definitely is.
questionable gameplays. Yeah.
20 to 21. Look at that in the bot side. We've got Will making sure that Legend X is going to find his way back to the base. And no mercy from, obviously Arshel either. But look at that. We might actually look at a Tsunami Slam. We've got a Tsunami Slam, but no ultimate from the Whale, of course. CC's going to stay alive because he's too tanky. Not going to be the same for Maleficent because Lapu Lapu's going to get taken out. And I don't think anybody from the side of Team Red can actually defend against whatever Team Blue is actually pulling up right now. Even though the Karina pick was kind of questionable, they do have the advantage. The Iron Hook finds its way, and I think that's going to be a big, big no-no because they lose even one more member from their team. Team Red are actually losing up on most of their advantages that they had in the early game, and now Team Blue are capitalizing on that to get the Lord. And I think Bucks is trying to look in for that. Cyclone Eye is not going to actually be towards the Lord. Obviously engage and lose up any bit of advantage they can actually possibly gain later on.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty dependent upon the damage, and I still feel they should just go for more magic defense at this point because as long as Granger does, or once again, well, first at Franco, I'm definitely disappointed at Franco's gameplay a bit. The picks, yes, but the execution even more. But at the same time, I just see that the red team is losing ground more and more. The momentum is definitely with blue right now, and they are definitely backed off into a corner. Once again, Kalia, you should have just hidden a bit, not given them vision. Try to pick them up with the tsunami slam surprise. But well, let's
Oh,
see.
but look at that. The mid lane tier 2. God, we've got Bravest Fighter and also a ton of damage from the Whale. But Karina is the one who's going to get the kill on Maleficent, and we're going to follow up with Arshel getting the kill on Kalea, Lana Del Rhodes. But look at that. Vegito is going to find his way to get the kill on Jump. I'm just going to call him Boxia, dude. There's no way I can pronounce that. Iron Hook is not going to land, though. We've got right now CC getting that beautiful, beautiful Wings of Apocalypse, and it's going to actually keep him alive even more. Karina, though, actually, he's kind of like looking in for a kill on Kuro, but I don't think he's going to be able to find it. Veil, though, he's going to actually make sure the flame shot's not going to be needed there. But even then, it's just one little insurance for a kill. Granger's not going to be the one who's going to be able to defend
Oh,
against 5 of the enemies, and that's going to be a Nexus getting destroyed, and Team Blue taking the crown for this one.
damn. It was actually Karina official who did win. But that is really strange. Like, I don't know, from the draft, I would definitely say that wasn't the best one. Even the spells like Flame Shot and Inspire against a Kalea, and a lot of magic concentrations, and there's so many things I could point out which were wrong. But then again, they just proved me wrong by winning themselves. So, okay, let us see. Will the red team learn something from this and play better in the next match? Or is it going to be a similar sway and it's going to be a clean wipeout?
Hopefully not. We can only keep our fingers crossed, and we will, take a little bit of a break, I believe, Mako. I think it's a break for now, and then we jump back into another match.
Yep. So, guys, don't go
So
anywhere.
we
Stay tuned as we will be back right after a short break.
I see. Desperation. I come to crush my enemies. I reap. The strong rise. The weak crumble. My will is absolute. The abyss shall kneel. my enemies. I reap the strong rise, the weak crumble. My will is absolute. The abyss shall kneel. Gaze upon me. Become me. I see desperation. I come to crush my enemies. I reap the strong rise, the weak crumble. My will is absolute. The abyss shall kneel. Gaze upon me. Become me. I see desperation. I come to crush my enemies. I reap the strong rise, the weak crumble. My will is absolute. The abyss shall kneel. Gaze upon me. Become me. I see desperation. I come to crush my enemies. I reap the strong rise, the weak crumble. My will is absolute. The abyss shall kneel. Desperation. I come to crush my enemies. I reap. The strong rise. The weak crumble. My will is absolute. The abyss shall kneel. Gaze upon me. Become me. I see. Desperation. I come to crush my enemies. I reap. The strong rise. The weak crumble. My will is absolute. The abyss shall kneel. Gaze upon me. Become me. I see. Desperation. I come to crush my enemies. I reap. The strong rise. The weak crumble. My will is absolute. The abyss shall kneel.
आई मैं S5 को जानती हूँ रेड टीम के Hey guys,
Ladies and
welcome back.
gentlemen, welcome back. Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the weekend scrims right now. Not screams. Oh my God, it is going to be a bunch of screams though because these teams are actually scrimming against each other and they're going to have so
It's
much
not
energy.
even the
We
weekend
are here to
technically.
watch them see Mikey on the red side. And I think Mikey being the head, the leader, we're decided to be Mikey. It's kind of confusingly, poetic. But again, it's all fun and games. Hey, on the caster desk, and joining me to be Mako already because Mako and me definitely are. Hey, Mako.
Hey there, Crucifix. It's technically not the weekend right now yet. And well, yeah,
I mean,
Justin,
technically
mute
it is.
yourself. Your voice is kind of getting touched, and I'm guessing that's not from my end. And I can literally hear a lot of background from Justin. And I was just trying to figure out who's saying what, but I just realized that everyone loves magic. Oh, there's a lot of magic every time. Like we can just see Nathan, Vixana, then there's Guinevere. I feel like a lot of people are playing these scrims and tournament matches just because they want to try out the skins. I don't really blame them because the Aspen skins look so rad. But then again, you want to try out the skins, but can you bring out the potential of the heroes? I'm definitely curious to see how they're going to perform with a Guinevere jungle. Do you think that is a viable option in this meta, Chrissy?
See, it's gonna be possible. Again, it could be what do you call it? A semi take, or you can go full damage, and it still kind of works.
Mm-hmm. That is true. And
Especially
even
you got to
after the
take the
Winter
objectives.
Crown,
You are gonna lag behind.
oh,
Yeah, like I
exactly.
was saying, you're gonna lack on, all the objective fighting. You're gonna probably have a lot of hard time staying alive when all the enemies are trying to mark you down. Make sure you're not gonna retribution right. But again, talking about that, Bane is overpowered right now. Even though he got a slight, buff, apparently everyone just realized that Bane is absolutely crazy. On to the
Yep.
second banning phase, we had Yushin, Hylos, Carmilla, and Hayabusa. Now we're back to the second picking phase and Mako. I see a Kufra.
Okay, a CC. Now, this just reminds me of the first match again. Three magic damage dealers and one CC. This is literally the same as that, but okay. And again, you're right, the way Bane goes magic damage scaling, that is definitely pretty broken right now. His burst and the CC, both of them are pretty scary, especially in the late game once he has like even in the mid game, like the Holy Crystal and the Lightning Transient is enough to like chunk down massive amounts of HP from squishy heroes.
To be fair, you're absolutely right. But again, the one thing that I
Wow.
want to mention is the fact that you
Poor magic.
actually said that everyone wants to pick the magic damage. Am I right, Mako? They just
Yeah.
absolutely love it, especially with the fact that Nathan, Vexana, all these heroes, they got new skins. And not Nathan, of course, because Nathan's always a fucking, what do you call it? A formal introduction to any engagement strategy. Nathan's always going to be there. He's going to actually have a lot of damage, especially in the late game. He's like the Bane, but the original Bane in this current situation.
Oh, that's a nice way to put it. And finally, I do see some brains into the gameplays coming in because they finally have Purify against the Tigreal because last while I don't even know, bro. Like a
Amen.
slingshot whale and then an inspired Nathan against a Kalea, and they did not even get kidnapped. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? How could you be a thug like this? You cannot even kidnap some kids. Okay. Now, we are already
Hey,
on to the next
yo.
match, and we are seeing the 9th Ace as well as the new aspirant skins live in action.
Ayo, but one thing I want to say is the fact that you got to keep it family friendly because both of these teams are keeping it pretty friendly with each other as of right now until, of course, the fighting begins, and then they're not going to actually stop from actually making sure the enemy is going to cry. These two teams, SLF on the blue side and Mikey on the red side, are going to duke it out right now, Mako.
Yep, and Finally, we do see opposite rotation starting in. Like usually, I do see everyone trying to go in after the goal lane. But then again, these days strategies are also there that you try to mark up the XP, try to get an advantage for the first goal, like the total and all. So looks like Guinevere is
Oh,
definitely
look at that.
planning on helping out CC, but in the top lane, oh, the first kill is already here. I did not really expect that. I was going to give it to you that there is going to be a fight, but I thought that there was going to be a disengage because Granger definitely has a lot of mobility. He even had his flicker, but he decided not to use it, and then boom,
True.
suddenly he just got taunted by the Unbreakable. So yeah, there we have it, first blood.
Unbreakable, just taunting people is the worst big, worst thing that you can actually deal with, especially if you're in the goal lane. Talking about that though, that's actually pretty smart. The fact that Diablo was able to actually engage into the goal lane and make sure that at least one kill would be found within the first minute of the game. And now they're gonna actually rotate to the EXP lane to actually get the advantage on that one too, so that they can actually keep engaging and especially have the advantage during the first turtle fight. Look at that. Beatrix, sorry, not Beatrix.
Hmm.
Benedetta is forced to recall now, but look, we've got Gacha trying to take a fight there. I don't think that's a good idea. We've got Unbreakable trying to actually use that to disengage from that fight, but Shadow is not gonna back down. He's got John Wick right next to him, and I think that's kind of cool in a way. I mean, John Wick getting followed by Shadow, that's kind of cool. But look at that, they've got
Yeah, but oh, the spatial migration ahead
Nathan
on
actually.
point. The Pride of Ice kind of beat it out, but still, like, this is something I like about Aurora is that she can survive. She gets a free mortality, and look at that. The region just used up, so she doesn't have to back out from the fight.
Oh, but look at that. The Revitalize being popped off. We have right
Oh,
now the jump, the spatial migration out of the bay, but it's not going to actually catch him. We've got the Frigid Glacier, but it's going to be solo ranking getting the kill on Shiva, but also Shadow getting taken out by Drew. We've got more coming in. I think right now solo ranking is actually kind of like not going to survive, but it's not going to be Obanai who's going to be taken out too by obviously CC who was trying to mark him down. We've got Guinevere forcing down the turtle without any pressure from the side of team SLF. They're not going to actually, they're not going to be able to actually engage over there. So they've decided on, taking a step back, not making any more mistakes. They've already lost 3 members there, and I don't think it's a good idea to continue.
that is kind of understandable. The spatial migrations adjustments, like the aiming is pretty good, but at the same time, I just feel like the follow-ups are not good enough because once a valid curriculum is used up, it's pretty sad. You know what's sad is the camera boy does not
Oh,
have any resources. We cannot see
to
the
be
skin.
fair, dude, right now,
I was just
I
thinking that
cannot
Aurora,
actually.
yeah, Aurora is the basic hero. Then I just realized that Tigreal is the same, and then boom, Miss Violet is wearing a violet dress. That means we do not have the aspirants either. So that is ironical in a way because they just wanted to use the new skins, and if they do something good, even if they want to clip it out and make a reel, it's gonna be cute.
True, true, but look at that at the top side. We already lost the tower in the top tier one, and also another death on Diablo, which is very bad. And solo ranking two in the bot lane was able to actually take a step back. Obanai, though, he's gonna get taken out first. Here comes the Terrify from the Vexana,
Oh,
and that's gonna stop people in their tracks. Shadow getting taken out in the process. We've got the Eternal Guard trying to actually push down, some people in the mid, so they're not gonna actually force them in any more fights. Spatial migration does not catch John Wick. I don't think that's gonna be a good engage anymore. But right now, look at Nathan capitalizing on that one, dude. He's got 1 minion and he's trying to do all the damage he can to the tier two.
definitely. Drove being a dark necromancing mage, it's also pretty ironical that he's the arch nemesis for a player named Shadow because the Terrifier is becoming pretty on point. Even Cameron onto that Nathan is getting a good snowball like 200. He has a lot of items, and once he gets the Holy Crystal along with the Stadium side, his damage is definitely gonna go off the charts. So why that happens, I feel like the changing of lanes was kind of good, but at the same time, he's trying to force it on to okay. Entropy has been used, trying to escape in from Tigreal. That is a good quick
Hey, yo,
maneuver.
True, true. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think right now Team SLF stand any chance of taking the turtle, but Team Mikey are gonna capitalize on that. The fear of what SLF has actually, been feeling all this while is kind of valid because obviously Team Mikey are looking in for a kill. And look at that beautiful,
Oh,
beautiful immune to that CC from spatial migration. Absolutely chaotic. That did not leave them any choice. They had to back off, and now they're actually trying to set up for an AOG. They've got the Unbreakable too. We've got the Aurora's passive getting taken out, and we've got right now the ultimate from the Benedetta. We've also got the Frigid Glacier taking down the back line. Droof, though, he's going to get 2 kills, and he's also going to get the triple because obviously Team SLF are not expecting so much damage and so much coordination from the side of Team Mikey. They're able to wipe out the enemies within the first 6 minutes of the game.
that's not just a wipeout. That's also the full concentration of the game's heroes into the same lane. Like it was a complete 5v5 onto the bottom lane. I do believe that the Frigid Glacier was good. The Pride of Ice did manage to her to get ahead, but still, like, there's not enough damage right now. The eye for an eye was beautiful. Like, I've not seen a lot of Benedettas being able to, like,
Oh, but look at that.
utilize herself to the full extent. But then again, yes, exactly. She was just got taken down. So I don't think there's much she can do because solo ranking, you might be good as a solo player, but at the end of the day, it is a 5v5 game. So you are pretty much tied with fate to your teammates. So if the whole team is not doing well, so the same is gonna be your fate. The Deathly Grasp, she did try to steal the red buff though, but Vexana could not. That is a bit sad. But oh, look at that! The Violet Requiem is here.
We've also got that beautiful deadly catch, but it's not going to catch anybody. We've got the Frigid Glacier also setting up, but nobody's going to be followed through. We've got 2 kills from the side of Team SLF. They've got 2 people, but Nathan was able to actually push down the top tier 2. But again, one thing that I want to mention is the fact that Guinevere and also, what do you call it, Gata Gacha were overextending in that one, and I don't think that was actually a good idea. But look at that, we've got right now Nathan doing enough damage, but he's going to use the entropy to escape right now. We've got also CC, who's going to be using the vengeance to no avail. Diablo is going to still find a way to kill him and make sure he's not going to actually, have that rampage in the bot lane. Because previously we had the Benedetta getting taken out because he was level 7, and CC obviously was level 10, so he was able to get that Benedetta down. But it's not going to actually be the same case against 1 versus 5, dude. CC was not, required to actually engage in that one. We also get to see that Nathan has bought himself the Wind of Nature. No, Wind Talker. My apologies, the wrong word. But on the top side, we also got that implosion catching Nathan. But also we've got the
Oh,
Purify being used, so that's
Purify.
gonna keep him alive for
Uh-huh.
a bit longer. And that
Ooh,
Tigreal's passive is gonna keep him alive. Just barely a sliver of HP left on this guy. And the bot side of the map, obviously Turtle getting taken out by the side of Team Mikey. I think it's actually a better idea to, skip the third Turtle and jump in on the first Lord of the match instead, because obviously you've got the advantage. Deadly catch for some reason being used, and the sharks do nothing surprisingly.
definitely. But that was pretty good and pretty close. I feel like the chivalry of a knight definitely comes in hand. Okay, once again, this definitely looks like this last spurt of the match, and it's already just 9 minutes. Damn. But I didn't think there was a chance for a comeback because I don't really think so. And they don't really seem to have a lot of flame gear
Oh,
either.
oh,
But oh, the petrify combo coming in, and entry has been utilized. Benedetta trying to get away, but once again, the deadly grass catching her. She will taken down by ZZ no less.
we've also got the AOG, and look at that. Diablo is going to find his way to get the kill on the Gacha Gacha, but also Obenai is going to get taken out by Mikey, obviously, and Diablo is going to follow the same fate as, obviously, Obenai, who's going to get taken out by Mikey, of course. We've got Mikey using that spatial migration, catching Aurora again, but he's going to be alive still. I think that was good, but he's the only one who's alive in his team, and I think nobody's going to be able to defend the bot lane, Holy Blast, obviously, because right now it's just 9 minutes. You got to wait until 12 minutes before the Holy Blasts are gone. But right now, with how Team Mikey have been playing, they've made sure all lanes have lost their Holy Blast. But look at that. We might see an engage. Shadow trying to go in the front line. I don't think it's going to be possible for him to find a catch. However, Benedetta is trying to actually look in, but he's going to decide on falling back because obviously the damage from the side of Team Mikey is a little too much for him to handle.
Definitely, the gravitation coming in from Nathan, also the deadly grasp, and both of them have purifier. So even if Tigreal does go in with the flicker implosion, he's just gonna be countered so bad. And that is one of the reasons that we have seen his popularity decline, because he is kind of easier to counter these days, especially if your team has a
Very.
bit of brains and you can utilize the purify spell properly.
Exactly, and if you're pretty tanky, if you're playing a hero like Gato Kacha, CC, or maybe Guinevere, you don't really need to care about Tigreal catching you, unless of course his team is overfed and he has the soul ball going in on his side. But again, that's the only time you need to be concerned if you're tanky. And if you're squishy, just opt for the Purify. You're absolutely right, Mako. I think that's gonna be the biggest problem for Tigreal. They need to make sure that all the Purifies are being used up from the side of Team Mikey before they engage with either Tigreal or okay, look at that though. We've got spatial migration, but it's gonna be Nathan that's gonna find the kill on solo ranking, obviously. But look at the Death
Mhm.
Sonata doing absolutely no damage to Gata Kacha and also CC. That's absolutely comical. But the Lord is marching in on the mid lane, and we've got the Lord connecting, and we've also got that shadow catch, but it's not going to be enough. The Frigid Glacier is not going to connect in time. We've also got Shadow getting taken out by CC, obviously, who used the curtain call, and we've also got the Flicker being used up from the side of team, SLF. Aurora is not going to have the Flicker anymore. No Frigid Glacier. They're not going to be able to defend it. AOG connecting onto, I think it's going to keep connecting, but it's not going to be actually, reaching there in time. We've got right now the match getting, won by the side of Team Mikey by a landslide.
Definitely a landslide. Like you can see that again. It was pretty one-sided. It was a one-sided massacre in general. But as I was thinking, it's not just to utilize or use up or bait out the purifiers. It's also that they have to be together. And even if the purifiers are wasted, like if someone is away from you, they will just cast a disrupting spell. If Vexana is not there and you try to alt implosion onto Nathan who doesn't have a purify, Vexana is just gonna CC you and stop you there. And if vice versa, Nathan is going to do the same for you. And if they have purifier, they're going to run away. Or even worse, if they have a purifier, they're going to purify themselves and then disengage you with their skills. It's going to be really bad for Tigreal if they are not together, if they still have purify, if one of them is out. There's so many like you points to be checked before he can actually be useful to his own team, is kind of limiting his own potential. And overall, there is a goal difference and everything. So I did not really think there was a chance for a comeback. But then again, with the Nexus destroyed, their fate is completely sealed.
Absolutely right. I don't think there's going to be any chance for SLF to make a comeback in that scenario. Of course, the Lord marching in, and they've lost all their, combos because obviously you saw the way the Shadow actually, pulled off a very, very good implosion. He was able to catch at least two of the enemies and also bait out one of the purifies at least. So Aurora could have actually, stayed behind maybe to the top side of the map and made sure at least she could connect that Frigid Glacier onto the enemies after the purify had been used up. I think the lack of synergy between how they played their cards was the biggest reason for their downfall. And I think SLF actually really need to work it up and make sure they get it on their, heads that, this is what we're going to do. This is how we follow the, initiation. This is what we're actually going to, jump at. And I think they need to actually work on that. But again, that's something that they need to actually think about. For now, though, we will be taking a short break. Mako, we will take a little bit of a break. So is there anything that you want to say before we actually jump into that break?
No, definitely, guys, just stay tuned and we will be back soon.
Gaze upon me. Become me. I see desperation. I come to crush my enemies. I reap the strong rise. The weak crumble. My will is absolute. The abyss shall kneel. Gaze upon me. Become me. I see desperation. I come to crush my enemies. I reap the strong rise. The weak crumble. My will is absolute. The abyss shall kneel. Gaze upon me. Become me. I see desperation. I come to crush my enemies. I reap the strong rise. The weak crumble. My will is absolute. The abyss shall kneel. Gaze upon me. Become me. I see desperation. I come to crush my enemies. I reap the strong rise. The weak crumble. My will is absolute. The abyss shall kneel.
Hey you guys, welcome back. It's a Friday afternoon, and we also have the weekend scrims going on right now in the Moba 5v5 listening, channel, of course. Make sure you actually like the stream, share it to a friend, and make sure you actually support your favorite teams because right now, Team Pinktail versus Leviathan. Pinktail on the blue side and also Leviathan on the red side. They're gonna be fighting off against each other for the title of victor in the scrims that's happening right now. Make sure okay, again, make sure you actually like, share, and also subscribe to the channel and get your friends in on the action too. Well, jump into the caster desk. It's me, Crucifix, here today to actually announce to you what's happening and what is going on in this match. And joining me, it's going to be Mako. Hello, Mako.
Hey guys, hey Crucifix, and yes, another interesting match coming in between Pink Teal and Team Leviathan. Well, we are already pretty excited and riled up after the last two matches. Who do you think is gonna win this time?
Well, based on names, I actually believe that, people who name themselves after Pink Panther, obviously, copyright infringement, much joking. These guys definitely had some inspiration from Pink Panther, so I'm gonna put the Pink Panther music behind me when I'm actually casting here. These guys, I like their actual, drip. I like the way they actually think, so I'm gonna support these guys, and I
Dun,
think with Mako, dun, 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 dun,
dun, dun,
dun, dun, dun, dun,
dun, dun, dun, dun, dun, dun, dun, dun, dun, dun. Okay,
Oh man.
I guess that is enough attempt to get copyright infringement strikes on this video. But let's
Oh,
see.
for sure, dude. But we're not doing that. We're doing it with style. We're doing it with our own voices. We're not actually putting up the audio, so you can't put that on us. You can't put the copyright infringement on us because it's our voices. You can't copyright our voices. Am I right, Mako?
Yeah, but Justin.
We seem to not be able to see the screen. And now we are back with the screen, obviously. Mako, look at the bands, dude.
Oh, okay. I think these are pretty much the generic bands which we see in like basic rankings and all. The only ones who
True.
are open, I guess, are Lancelot. There is
Possible Limpa Kadita. Kadita is a possible pick. Very
okay,
dangerous, by the
Kajita.
way.
I just definitely want to pick Axeria here. Like, I would say she's occasionally viable, but she's really fun to play. And it's really hard to get her in rank somehow. But yeah, Lancelot, since Viasis is banned, understandable. Who else is
It's a
still left
no-brainer.
unchecked?
Exactly. Lancelot, if you don't have a proper instant crowd control, you're probably going to have a lot of hard time defending against a dude that's as slippery as a bar of soap in a prison cell that nobody wants you to actually be in. Please stay out of prison, my friends. And Lancelot is that dude that you're going to actually get screwed over because obviously Lancelot is going to be that one person jumping between every team fight and making sure
Yeah.
damage is all over the place.
A crucifix
Absolutely
casually
chaotic.
dropping like life advices, guys. Please stay out of prison. And if you do end up in a prison, please don't pick up the soap. But oh
Oh, for
yes,
real, dude.
this guy. Oh god, I was literally thinking like there are some heroes which I usually don't ban, and I was trying to remember who's the one who was under my radar because bro, Grak is really a menace. Like that walking fortress titan, like that stone guy is really annoying, especially against Lancelot. I'm sure that is a really good pick coming in.
I mean, to be fair, dude, Grok, you need to actually be very, very good at your timing in every one of your CCs if you want to make sure a landslide is actually in place for a lot of burst, because obviously you got only a few seconds, a bare window when his Thorn Rose is on cooldown so that you can actually take him down. But look at that. From the side, a team Pinktail, they've decided to go for the Harriet in the gold lane, I believe, because most probably it's going to go in the gold lane, and Farsa is going to go into the mid, and nobody actually plays Farsa in the gold lane and Harriet in the mid lane. Please don't troll me for this one. Everyone knows this. Harriet goes mid. Oh, Hanzo?
You
Are we
didn't
looking at
know
a
these,
Hanzo?
but bro, if you can have a Karina and win it as well, Hanzo is not really that bad, is he?
I mean, the Hanzo is good, especially against carrying the, carrying. I think he's got his minus hero, and there's a reason why he's in the A minus tier. Because obviously he's got a few niches that he works against, especially damage type junglers who don't have too much mobility. Or if you're gonna skip the jungle, make sure the enemy marksman and obviously the mage is taken out. And I think Hanzo will be a good option to counter that Farsa, especially with his second skill in his enhanced form with the ultimate, of course. And when Akakage is actually taken over, he can possibly make sure Farsa's feather airstrike is just going to lead to her being taken out in a matter of seconds. So I believe that Hanzo actually might work here, but against Lancelot and also Harriet, I think there's going to be a lot of questions. The second and also Hayabusa. No brainers here again because
Mhm.
obviously Lapu Lapu is the king of the experience lane, and Hayabusa is still one of those heroes that's still up in the S tier, but again S minus, still S tier though.
Exactly. I was just thinking that, Havasa could have been a really good pick because Havasa is a real many, menace to Harry, as he can easily track down the bird as well. So kind of understandable. Why did they ban Nathan though? Nathan jungle?
Does have
Like,
handles
what are they
though.
afraid of?
I mean, he's got a lot of damage. I think it's possible to put him in the jungle and try to actually make a comeback possible, especially you'll lose on the early game.
I don't
However,
know.
it's possible if you
I
block
just
them.
had a Supreme Nathan a few days ago in my rank, and let's just say it did not go well at all. And he was pretty fond of sweet, bitter cocoa seed mixed processed food, and so was the color of his medal. So yeah, I would rather suggest you not to go
What?
for a Nathan jungle, but okay, this is interesting. It's gonna be glue. Wait, what?
Wait, wait, what?
Who's the
I'm as
EC?
confused as you are.
You know
I
what? The
believe
only
that's going to
point is,
be.
I believe the blue team might just win because whichever team is picking a
Oh,
lot of magic is winning somehow. That's the trend.
surprisingly, that is the case in the most matches that we've casted today, at least both of the matches. But look at that, though. I think the glue is going to go into the experience lane and Hylos in the roam position. I believe that it's most likely to keep the Irithel in check and also the Sicilian, especially with the glorious pathway, obviously, and make sure that they don't have any chance of escaping, especially with the slows. And Farsa allowing her to actually have a kill box, given with the glorious pathway. I think Feather Airstrike might just be able to actually find a way to actually get two, maybe three kills. It's possible as enemies are very squishy. However, the Fanny is the biggest problem here because obviously the Fanny cannot be stopped by either one of them unless, of course, Glue decides to actually use stick. I mean, no, I mean split and catch him.
It's
I
still
can't see this.
gonna be hard because they don't really have any immediate CC or any hard CC at all because the curse of the crow is not gonna be enough. And obviously, same goes for the law and order. So I'm pretty sure Fanny has free reign over the skies right now.
See, that's the
Justin.
funniest thing. That's the thing, dude. We were talking about Lancelot not being able to be caught with, especially lack of instantaneous CC, like instant crowd control. Without that, Lancelot's gonna get not gonna get caught. But that also kind of works out for also Fanny too, because obviously Fanny's way more slipperier than Lancelot. Even in his dreams, he can't actually be as slippery as Fanny.
Definitely. But at least Lancelot has the better hair, but still okay. End of jokes once again. This is sad. There are no skins.
Oh man, look at that. Glue is just as purple as the day I met him.
And alright, but still okay. As it is gonna be a Halos into the Rome. Okay, now this is a definitely interesting choice. I'm not really sure if that is the best one. But then again, it is completely true. The enemy does not really have any DHS zeros. They don't have any HP based damages. So Earth's burst is gonna have a hard time taking them down properly. Like, it's going to take a huge amount of time, which is going to be enough for Fanny to, like, definitely deal some devastating damage onto the enemies.
Oh, but they do have like HP based damage, especially with that Masha and her first skill. She is going to be doing a lot of HP based damage. So I think in the late game, you obviously Hylos and Glue have their work cut out for them, especially against the Masha, and also the Fanny might just be able to be, fly away freely from in and out of the fight. And I don't think it's going to be possible. But look at that, the first blood coming in with the steel cables and the tornado swing. Fanny is not going to be stopped, and we know that.
Oh, that's true. Both the teams trying to cut off the lanes down. And both the XP laners are definitely trying their best to like cause issues. Right. So with level 4, oh, Parsa, she's kind of being zoned out. That was a good move by Mesha, but then again, there was an invade at the Fanny's buff, and oh, did she get it? Yes, she did.
Oh,
But oh,
and
glue.
and and she's been forced to use the retribution, but she's low on HP, so she's gonna be able, she's gonna actually have to go back. But Lancelot's low on HP too. I don't think that was a very good idea for you to actually engage into the enemy's jungle, obviously, and lose out so many resources, especially your EXP laner, allowing Masha to farm. But look at that. In the mid lane, we've got Mirage getting taken out by Iron, who is not going to actually be very nice to this guy, because obviously Team Pinktail decided on actually, throwing out the books and making everything very aggressive. So now from the side of team, wait, what's the red team's name again? Leviathan? Yes,
Leviathan. Yeah.
Leviathan. Yeah. So they're not going to be, very nice to them either. Look at the Sanguine Claws connecting on to Lancelot. We've
Oh,
also got the Wild Power hidden onto Lancelot, making sure he's low on HP, forcing him back. But look at that. We also got the glue in the back line, making sure that, at least the back line's going to be scattered all around. They're not going to follow up on the front lines, initiation. But look at Grok, him not having any mercy whatsoever. Fanny coming in with the steel cables does not have enough energy, so she can't keep spamming up all of those, tornado strikes. We also got the glue using his ultimate to jump onto the enemy. But look at the Sanguine Claws also connecting on him. He's going to be forced to actually try to retreat, but it's going to be the bloody retribution
oh,
getting the kill onto, glue. And look at that. Heke is also going to get taken out, especially with the engage from Grok and Fanny, dude. Absolutely chaotic. Oh, Lancelot?
definitely. That is a good way to play, but look at the scoreboard of 0-5. This is definitely going once again one-sided. Crossy, we are definitely short
Oh,
matches. Oh, clutch steal.
Oh, that was a clutch steal, but it's not going to stop Lancelot from going back on the base. We've also got Glue trying to find his way to get the kill on the Iron, and it's not going to actually look very easy for him because obviously he's very tanky. But I could be wrong. We've got the Flicker getting him, out of harm's way. We've also got right now Mirage getting taken out by Fanny, who swooped in without any hesitation. Iritho, though, I think that was a very unnecessary death there. Zane died in vain against, all odds. Obviously, he got one kill, especially on the, Harriet, which is kind of funny
Oh,
how it actually turned out. But look at Sanguine Claws connecting onto Hylos, making sure Heke
damn, the
is going to
bottom
be taken out
side.
by Bellion.
That was good. Like, the way he was pretty off, and it's not that the Grok did not really use a tectonic charge onto the enemy Halos. He actually used a tectonic charge on the nearby rock because he knew that he has a huge area like for the knockup. So the way he
Yes,
played
sir.
this definitely means that it's not just the pick that it is meta, so I'm just picking it. He's also pretty well versed in playing this hero. So this definitely looks a bit
Definitely.
problematic for Pinktail right now.
I completely agree with you. And I think right now with the high cut on the bot lane, I think Glue is going to be able to rotate around the map and give some more pressure on. But I don't think Pinktail has the advantage. Look at that, though. Farsa's jumping in, but it's not going to be Farsa who's going to be flying for too long. We've got Fanny also flying out. But look
Oh,
at that. Iritho is going to be taking a ton of damage, especially from Law and Order and also Zaman Force. And it's going to take down Iritho going to die in vain. We've also got Fanny using the steel cables trying to escape, but it's not going to be enough. He's going to be taken out too. Double kill for the side of Team Pigtail. They capitalize on the mistake that Team Leviathan had just made over there, and I don't think that was actually a good idea to try to force that way in the bot lane. We've also got a little bit of a problem. We've got Lancelot going in and taking out the blue buff from Fanny, obviously, after he took down Fanny. His team took down Fanny. We've got the Wild Howl trying to actually catch Lancelot, but he gets the Thorn Rose in time Sanguine Claws and Blood Feast does not connect. We've also got right now Killua getting the kill on Rama plays. We got Fanny trying to actually find his way to get the kill on Lancelot, but he's immuned it perfectly timed. We've also in the mid lane got Harriet trying to actually take down one enemy, and he finds his way to get the kill. But look at Irithel. He's taking a lot of damage from Glue, but I don't think it's actually going to be valid, especially with Irithel having the sprint. He's not going to be slowed down by Glue's passive, so he's going to stay alive for now.
This is one of the funniest moments when Blue jumps onto you and you just sprint back into the tower. Or especially when it's Upsidia, using the Wrath of the Bone and you just sprint back inside. This is really hilarious. But then again, it's just sad that Glue does not really have enough damage right now because Glue can be really obnoxious as a hero. Once again, he has been taken down. Also, I feel like Zane is taking a lot of unnecessary risks, just to get the kills. And that kill
True.
hungry attitude is definitely gonna be troublesome in the late game because, that is one way of throwing game. Oh, Fanny is coming in. He's trying to understand. She does
Does
have
not have the energy.
map awareness, but yeah, she does not have the energy.
She's going to be forced to retreat back into the base. But one thing that I want to mention, Mako, is the fact that, Farsa used the feather airstrike there, but it was not going to be, useful at all for the side of Team Pigtail because there was no one in range. I think Farsa's positioning is very off, but Hylos and Glue are doing their best. I believe that Glue is overextending in some situations, but he's staying alive nonetheless. He is able to actually keep himself out of harm's way. He's died 3 times. That's an 8-minute game, though. So I don't think it's actually very bad, but Varsa really needs to work on her positioning.
Definitely. Since the get go, Farsa was the first blood and the second as well, her positioning has always seems to be a problem, which I guess stems from the fact that she's kind of blind. The 040 definitely does not help the team right now. Once again, included,
Let me look at that.
bro, did you see the curse of Crow, the energy impact, feather airstrike, every one of them missed, and she still got the kill, bro. What?
Okay, mind my Hindi for a second. भाई यूरानस का भूत चला गया क्या ज़ेन के ऊपर क्या क्या कर रहा है भाई? You're not that tanky. You're gonna die. And I don't
I
think I
don't
don't
know
think
the
Zane's
way he's
completely
playing.
invincible.
Seriously, the way he's playing his aggression is definitely after charts because that is definitely not a
Oh,
way
look
to
at that
play this
though.
hero. But oh,
A
well,
well-timed Law and Order keeps Fanny in place for their team to take it down. Pigtail is able to actually come around now, and I think the wall is being put up, but there is not going to be any TC, no tectonic charge. So for now, Pigtail have the advantage. They've got the ground to take the Lord
bro,
down, and I think with how Harriet has actually positioned himself, he's going to be, decide on, playing it safe, making sure he's not going to actually let the enemies come to him. He also does have the Zaman. He does not have the Zaman Force, I mean, but
Farsa
he's
just
kind of
got a
ahead
kill
on
on
you.
Fanny. Farsa killed
Really?
Fanny. Like,
Really? I didn't notice that. What?
yeah, exactly. Farsa killed Irithel, and then in the mid lane, she again killed Fanny. I was like, bro, I just was like dissing her. I just called her blind, and I'm pretty sure I did nothing wrong. I stand for to my beliefs that Farsa is definitely blind. But the fact that she got two kills one after another definitely does not help my case.
Oh, it's not Mirage anymore, dude. It's Mirage. He's all in the rage department. But look at the bot lane. We've got the wild charge onto the glue, but I don't think it's going to be enough to stop glue from pushing the tower tier 1 out of the picture. In the bot lane, we've also got right now Hylos engaging, and I think Masha's going to be the next one to actually fall on the chopping block. He will be taken out by Inky P, and I think Rama plays actually kind of made a bad decision there, made a bad play. But look at that. We've got Harriet using the Zaman Force in the mid lane, but Steel Cable's keeping Fanny alive. Look at that, though. We've got Single Claws not connecting onto Harriet, though. And I think with how the team, game is going, Pigtail are definitely getting the advantage in every team fight right now. But look at that. Fanny trying to engage. Rock put a good setup, but again, Harriet always has the Chrono Dash available. He can jump across a wall anytime.
No, that is definitely a strange set of items on both sides, I guess.
True.
But, well, okay. Why would you want rapid boots though? Farsa does not really have a lot of damage right now. She's still getting the kills though.
True. I
And
mean, let's actually get arcane boots, right?
exactly, I would definitely prefer arcane boots.
Oh, but look at that. Glue's trying to actually put some pressure there. We've got the tectonic charge catching one person. That's going to be Lancelot, but he's a little too tanky with the brute force breastplate and war axe. He's got a lot of HP. Sicilian, though, is going to be able to steal the buff from Fanny's under Fanny's nose, obviously. And I think that's actually kind of sad, dude. Especially with the fact that Fanny really needs the buff. However, Sicilian at this point of the game does require the buff more than Fanny, obviously, because Fanny is not going to do much unless, of course, you're thinking about split pushing with Fanny, or if you're trying to actually get an opportunity to go to the enemy backline. That's a good option too, but I don't think with the way the team Pinktail are playing that Fanny's going to find any opportunity to do that. He's just going to try to split push, and I think that's the best course of action. But look at that. Enemies have predicted that Fanny is forced to use the steel cables to fly away from that whole ordeal, and Glue is there for backup, trying to get vision on where the enemies are, and I think he's doing a very good job at it.
Mm-hmm. Although the red team, team Leviathan, were doing pretty well. Right now, the momentum has definitely fallen into the hands of Pink Teal, and they're doing pretty good to oppress the enemies. They have the map control, and they are definitely pushing them back. The Lord is gonna be spawning into the land of Dawn, so this definitely looks like it's not exactly a free Lord, but still, it's definitely in favor of the blue team.
Oh, definitely, dude. But with the way that I see that, Lancelot is actually playing, I think he's going to be able to, sustain throughout all the damage that whatever team Leviathan is going to deal. But look at that. We've got
Oh,
Wild Power doing a lot of damage to Lancelot. He's not going to be able to survive if he actually makes one more mistake. But look at that. The Masha's ultimate has been proc 3 times, and Inky P is going to be taken out. We've got Irithel Zane getting the Berserker's Fury. He's got damage. He's got everything set up. But look at Grok setting up. He's going to make sure he's giving vision on all the enemies, and I don't think they have any chance of taking the Lord now. It's going to be Hylos trying to actually get it there. But look at the Feather Airstrike almost getting the Lord, but it's not going to be a clutch steal now. It's going to be Fanny taking the Lord with the Retribution, and that was a well-timed Retribution.
definitely. That decision was definitely wrong coming in from Lancelot. When the Lord was there, he went to the blue buff. He even retributioned on the buff. So while I do understand it's better not to give Fanny the buff, but going invading solo, especially at a crucial time when the Lord is there, that was definitely a bad decision coming from him.
True, I completely agree with you. Harriet has just got himself concentrated energy. I always call it conk energy, but well, it's concentrated energy. He's going to be able to sustain more damage coming in from the side of Team Leviathan. But look at that, we've got Fanny trying to engage. He does not get the blue buff, but again, Lancelot is going to get caught, and 3 people are going to get knocked out from tectonic charge. Lord's marching in the mid lane, and I think right now the back line is going to be in a lot of trouble, especially with Glue there. But it's not going to be that way. It's going to be the other way around. We've got Glue getting taken out, but the mid lane's going to stay safe, at least for now, because obviously the Lord has now been defended perfectly. No damage to Eddie Tower as of yet, but I think in the top side, it's going to be cleared out too. Oh,
Oh,
mid lane tier 1 taken out. Tier 2.
definitely, we are going to see some of the effects of the Lord because there are going to be, the bigger giant minions as well. So it's going to take a lot more time to take them down, and the lane pressure is going to be real. Once again, Fanny is here, and this round, finally, she does have the purple buff.
Amen. Thank God that Fanny has the purple buff after so long. I almost felt bad for this dude. Now he's
I
able
know,
to actually
right?
fly around in the map. And now he's able to fly around on the map without any worries of the energy that he's been consuming since the early game. And in this current situation, at least he needs to have the energy. Even though Sicilian is more prioritized in terms of having the blue buff in this point of the game, at least in the late game, he is. Oh, look at that though! Rama Place is going to find a way to kill Harriet, obviously, and they're going to follow up even more. We've got the steel cables going to the back line. We've also got the cutthroat, but he's not going to find any kills. Fanny's going to be forced to actually play around his team, but is going to lose up all the energy. Look at that though. We've got Glue engaging, and he's gotten on top of the enemy. But Zane's going to find a way to get the kill on Hecate, and now Glue is in trouble. He does not have any way to escape. Killua is going to get taken out.
Every time I see them, I just say why are you engaging like that? Why are you I'm not even sure what to say. But then again, Zane, that was a good sidestepping. He did avoid Farsa's feather strike. But I just feel like with this Farsa, even if he walked in a straight line, she might have missed. So
True.
I'm not really sure if I should be praising him. But okay, it is what it is. But with this, both the teams are pretty much down to just the inhibitors +1 for the red team. But still, Fanny once again finally getting the blue buff. I'm not really sure. She did not do a lot with the buff, but at least I hope she does not waste her retribution. Yeah, she does not. Same goes for
Um,
Lancelot, so it's gonna be a retribution battle for the Lord.
Oh, look at that though. Mirage uses his brains there. He uses his brains to attack the minion. No, I mean the fire beetle, obviously, which reveal the position of Iron. Obviously, look at that though. Sangu Claws connecting on to two enemies, and we've got the feather airstrike, but it's going to be low Farsa, who's going to get
Oh,
found by Hira Thakur, who's going to take down Mirage. And Zane's got a big problem though. He's got a big purple creature, stuck to him, but he's gonna wait it out, make sure that Killua is actually gonna jump off before he. Oh, look at that though, tectonic charge. But okay, we've got Harriet actually having a lot of sustain, but he's not gonna sustain all of that, dude. Look at that, steel cables finding a way to actually catch the enemy, and we've got Masha finding the way to get the last kill of the game. We've now got a big problem. Enemies can just push the base and completely end the game because there's nobody to defend it except for Mirage, who's come in 5 seconds. Come in 5 seconds hot. I think it's going to be possible for him to defend. But with the way how Team Leviathan have been playing, they're going to put the aggression on, and I don't think they're actually going to be very nice about it. Look at that. We've got Zane trying to find the way to the back line, allowing his team to get the kill on Mirage and make sure the Nexus is going to be marked out next. It's going to be an easy GG's for the side of Team Leviathan, even though I say easy GG's because obviously that last team fight was chaotic, and obviously if Team Pigtail actually did what they did in the mid game, they could have possibly had a turn of events, but it did not happen. Team Leviathan have taken the crown.
well, with this, we definitely know who the winner for this match is, guys. But don't worry because we have another interesting match, and we'll be right back after a short break.
I see. Desperation. I come to crush my enemies. I reap. The strong rise. The weak crumble. My will is absolute. The abyss shall kneel. Desperation. I come to crush my enemies. I reap. The strong rise. The weak crumble. My will is absolute. The abyss shall kneel. Gaze upon me. Become me. I see. Desperation. I come to crush my enemies. I reap. The strong rise. The weak crumble. My will is absolute. The abyss shall kneel. Gaze upon me. Become me. I see desperation. I come to crush my enemies. I reap. The strong rise. The weak crumble. My will is absolute. The abyss shall kneel. Gaze upon me. Become me. I see desperation. I come to crush my enemies. I reap. The strong rise. The weak crumble. My will is absolute. The abyss shall kneel. Gaze upon me. Become me. I see desperation. I come to crush my enemies. I reap. The strong rise. The weak crumble. My will is absolute. The abyss shall kneel. Desperation. I come to crush my enemies. I reap the strong rise, the weak crumble. My will is absolute. The abyss shall kneel. Gaze upon me. Become me. I see desperation. I come to crush my enemies. I reap the strong rise, the weak crumble. My will is absolute. The abyss shall kneel. Gaze upon me. Become me. I see desperation. I come to crush my enemies. I reap the strong rise, the weak crumble. My will is absolute. The abyss shall kneel. Gaze upon me. Become me. I see desperation. I come to crush my enemies. I reap the strong rise, the weak crumble. My will is absolute. The abyss shall kneel. Desperation. I come to crush my enemies. I reap. The strong rise. The weak crumble. My will is absolute. The abyss shall kneel.
Hmm?
No, no, it's fine.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Weekend Scrims again, and we are back with two more exciting teams. Obviously, this is a Friday afternoon, well, evening, obviously, and now we are back with these two games. Well, probably three more, but right now, well, I'm not sure what the team names are. I think it's Godlike Esports on the blue side, and red, obviously not sure of. So I will let my, caster friend here, who is here with me, Mako, tell you what the red team is.
Yeah, well, it's gonna be Cowboy Public onto the right side versus Godlike Esports on the blue side. Well, guys, hey there. We are back with the State Scrims once again with the fourth match of the day. So finally, we are already in the ban phase. Look at that. So it's going to be a Gatut, Kacha, Cringer, and CC already into the ban zones. Again, start is not bad. Gatut, Kacha, a little questionable. Hello, card, okay.
Look, I understand why people actually want to ban the Alucard. It's got to bust it in a certain way, but don't keep banning him in, tournament matches, dude. You got five members that actually know what you're doing. This is not just any random solo queue match, dude. Stop banning the Alucard. It's very easy to take care of him, and I hope everyone understands what, you should and shouldn't do. Life Bane is one thing that keeps Alucard in check. Second, a lot of CC. If you've got people that can actually keep Alucard in place and not actually let him come to the back line, I think you're pretty much sorted in terms of actually keeping Alucard in a checkbox, not allowing him anywhere near your team. I think it's going to be fine. But Gata Kacha, again, another questionable ban. I don't think nobody actually bans that hero. However, he does have his own niches. Some teams do ban out the Gata Kacha, especially if you're going to go for a Farsa or some other stationary or immobile mage or something like that. I think that's going to be a valid ban, but I don't think they're actually going to go for that. I think the Alucard is going to talk volumes about what the team is actually thinking. So Cabo will be public. It's not going to actually have a very good idea in mind as to what they're banning out. They're even banning instead of the Kadita. Dude, this team is absolutely going bonkers here. I'm going wild here, dude. This is not good.
Well, let's see. So it's also going to be YSS and Kimmy finally joining into the ban zone. Kimmy, okay, understandable. I'm pretty shocked by the bands are pretty targeted, or basically maybe they have some heroes in mind which they want to draft, and these heroes are definitely bad for them. It could be a better for the artillery mage, as you mentioned, Farsa, with a utility type of jungler who's definitely not good against you know flash DPS like Kimmy. So I would guess maybe a Fredrin or Basha or something. But let's see, the first pick is already here. It's going to be the Stone Titan Grok himself.
I I'm kind of on the verge of actually. Oh, well, they've got the Farsa also on their side, so I think the Gato catch is a valid ban. But now that I actually think about it, the Yuzong only has early game advantage in terms of actually keeping the backlines, in pressured. But with the way things are going, I actually want to apologize to the side of Team Kabul Public because obviously I made a big judgment on their, on their part. I actually did assume that they didn't know what they were banning and picking, but I think they actually have an idea as to what they're doing. But with the Grok being there, I think Farsa is still in trouble. And while Fanny can be now countered, obviously it's not a very good option to actually pick the Fanny early on, unless of course you're really, really confident in like 16 cable combos and everything. So I think he'll be fine if he is. However, it's not going to be this. It's not going to be that. It's going to be Alpha, who's probably going to go to the jungle side, or maybe EXP.
This is a good fact that you can flex a lot of heroes in a lot of roles these days. But Bane is still open, and I think that no one is actually bothered about him. That is kind of refreshing to see. Also, there are some heroes like even Lancelot or Arathel. Like usually, people I see in the the first phase getting picked up. But oh, it's gonna be Joy onto the jungle. So both the teams have the jungler set up.
They definitely do, and I believe that right now, how things are going, I think that Joy is going to have a lot of problem, especially against heroes like Grok, Alpha, and Xavier. Xavier with the immobilized, Grok with all the stuns, and Alpha, dude, he's not going to get melted down that easy. Joy is not the best pick, but of course she could actually, surprise me. Obviously, I don't know what Team Cowboy Republic is actually thinking of. But again, the banning phase of the second part of the banning phase is now going through, and we've got Obsidia and also Irithel getting banned. And I was like, well, the Bane is no doubt because obviously Bane apparently is right now destroying every pub lobby and making sure that everyone knows the name Bane in every single match because this dude just got a little bit of a buff in the magic damage scaling that he does, and everyone's picking him.
Definitely, and he's pretty much of a flex. I've seen a lot of people utilize him into the goal lane as well. So Bane is definitely a Bane right now, not a Boon, definitely.
I completely agree with you. And Atlas, why? Why would you ban Atlas? Why?
As I said, like both the teams, like I think all the teams here today have done somewhat something which is very, very questionable. And I feel like they are just trying to test, like, hey, casters, can you just keep a stone cold, like, poker face in front of all the weird things we would be doing here today? Because we are here to test your patience and your skills.
Oh, they're definitely testing my patience here, my friend,
I
because
know,
obviously I'm getting very confused with the way that they've been picking all these mage heroes or magic damage heroes, and abundantly, by the way, they're still having a lot of these damage heroes and still making the best use of them. They're winning, and apparently, a lot of magic damage heroes lead to you winning. Well, obviously, it's because the enemies are not buying Athena Shield or Radiant Armor, which is causing all of these problems. But by the way, we've got a Tigreal pick from the side of Team Cowboy
bro, it's
Public.
not
And
just that.
Argos?
They don't even go for tough boots. Like, I mean, that's the least you could do. Like, I don't know, but the rapid boots is not really gonna do much of a use, like, on a few heroes. Like, it's not
Argus!
Varsa, but okay, Argus. Oh, trust me, I
Argus, dude!
feel excited. Exactly. Oh,
Yeah,
there is an Argus.
finally! Finally, it's an Argus. This is the first time that I've seen an Argus being picked in the time that I've been casting for the past 2 years. It's the first time that I've seen someone pick Argus. I'm with the side of Team Blue. No
You
doubts.
know what? If the blue team goes for okay, they did not go for Bruno, and as like if they follow the example of Kara and they go for Leela pick here, it's gonna be really crazy because it's not gonna be the blue team
Your main
versus
is
red team.
Layla.
It's got yeah, it's gonna be you versus me then. But let's see.
I mean, obviously Layla is going to be falling short on in front of Argus, obviously, but we can always,
Of
have a
course
little bit of
not. You're
friendly.
gonna fall
Oh,
short of
you
range,
wish.
bro.
You wish Argus can just use, okay, it's not going to be Layla. Sadly, Mako, we don't get to see a Layla, but we do get to see an Argus, my main hero of the past 6
It's
years, is
okay.
going to get picked.
My girl's
It's
boy is gonna do the trick.
Oh, really? Really? That's what you're saying? That's what you're going at? Uh, oh no, it's not going to
Um,
be your girl's boy. It's going to be
no,
the girl and the
bro.
and the robot
This
apparently.
is obvious, like, you just need three magic. You cannot work without it. Like, I was
Ugh.
just thinking that, do you see that? The magic.
Oh, wait, wait,
But
wait. What was
okay.
that song, dude? I remember. Wait, what is that song?
What do you remember?
Oh, with magic, you know. Don't you believe it's not so? It's magic. I forgot the name of that song, dude. Magic by it was a very good artist. I forgot the name of that song though. Like the artist, shoot. But we're back again. Look at that though. The Argus shining so well here. I love it. I love it. I'm so happy.
He's not shining, he's literally dark right now, like it's a black skin.
Damn, dude. That's very
That's
racist.
dark. Okay.
Everyone. She's attacking Argus, guys. She's attacking Argus. Cancel her. Cancel her.
Come on, like, he used to be an angel of light, but he fell. So, I, I know, right? Like that just sounds so bad, but still, the way you said he's shining,
Hey,
but the skin does not shine. You won't even get to see the skin because our camera boy does not have the
obviously.
resources.
Hey, but let me just correct you on the lore there. He was never an angel of light. Obviously, he was, artificially made by the cathedral to actually get, what do you call it? Rafaela, basically. They wanted angels to actually keep, the thing going where they're angels of the Lord of Light, who actually stopped sending angels, by the way, to actually keep having an impact on their followers, obviously. And they artificially made Argus and Rafaela, but Argus has, what do you call it? Human genes, which again we can talk about later. We've got a little bit of a skirmish going on in the mid side. We've got Argus shredding through all of the HP from Yuzong, and look, with the help of Xavier, Argus is going to get the kill. Oh, it's not going to be Argus, dude. Come on, dude, give the
How?
kill to Argus. Kill to Argus.
Come on, Xavier is kind of a late game hero. He definitely needs the early farm so that he can just like stack up onto those items and then he can be more useful. Erin, on the other hand, definitely has so less range. I'm not really sure she's a good pick when it comes to the gold lane. She definitely rocks with the Radiant armor, and Radiant is definitely the best counter for Nathan along with
True.
dominance, of course. But so, like, her main
Oh look.
items are also the main counter items. But oh, well,
Grok has just used the flicker to run away from that whole ordeal that Team Cabo Republic actually just put himself into. But I think him staying alive is more important than actually giving a kill to the enemies because they have the advantage, especially the one that Argus bought to them. And now the first turtle of the match has just spawned in. And I think right now, with how things are going, I think Argus is going to not actually be any help there. But I think Team Blue is going to have the advantage in terms of actually taking it down because they already have the lead, and Alpha being a very, very strong jungler compared to Joy, who is kind of slippery, I admit. He will have a chance of actually stealing the turtle. But again, it's going to be all in a question mark. But look at that. We've got a little bit of a skirmish. We've got Tigreal jumping in. We've got the Sacred Hammer being used up, but also the Black Dragon form. We've got Nathan getting taken out of the top side off camera. But look at that. Joy is going to get the kill on the turtle, and he's going to find a kill on a Grok too. And he's going to use his ultimate, the Beats, to actually do a lot of damage to Xavier. But he will be forced to retreat back because he does not have enough HP to survive the damage that's being dealt to him from the tower.
oh, that was actually pretty good. Like, Joy exactly knew how much damage she can survive, and she made it out of the turret just in time because if she stayed there 1 second more, like one hit more, she would have been dead. So that kind of like, understanding how much damage you can just deal and how much damage you can survive. That is definitely the sign of a player who has played this hero a lot of times recently.
True, true. And back to the whole lore about Argus, he has a human father and a human mother. Unlike, of course, Rafaela, he just had, the blood of the Lord of the Light's angel that actually came down, that the cathedral actually stored up to actually create artificial angels. They actually used that to make it, but only because of the blood that was there, he was affected and he got wings and everything. That's why he doesn't have wings in his normal state. And he calls it when he uses eternal evil, obviously because of the meteoric sword and everything. Argus's lore goes deep, and I actually, I would actually appreciate it if all of you viewers actually take your own time to read through the lore of your favorite hero and be that geek that you always wanted to be. But on the top side, we've got a little bit of a problem. But Grok is going to strategically use the wall to actually make sure the enemies are actually revealed. But look at that. We've got the Feather Airstrike on the Alpha. He's going to use the Spear of Alpha to run away from that whole ordeal. He's not going to be able to take a fight with that much HP, so he's going to decide on taking a step back and making sure he stays alive. for any other team that may be coming. But again, they've got the advantage. Of course, Cabo Republic have the advantage in terms of actually having a, the goal lead and also the kill lead, and they might actually just have the advantage in terms of this turtle fight that's going to happen soon. Because obviously Argus is going to be useless here. Not that he's useless, just here because in the early game he does need items and everything. So he will
Yeah.
definitely have a lot of, farming that's going to be required. But look at
Oh,
that. We've got the
Sacred
Feather
Hammer
Airstrike
implosion
and
coming
also the
in with Feather
Draw.
Strike, but it was cancelled. Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's absolutely crazy. In the back line, we've got Yuzong jumping in and trying to take the kill onto Xavier. Also, we've got, Joy getting that kill. And Argus now is trying to engage, but it's absolutely useless. I don't know what he's actually trying to do. Just stick to farming, bro. It's not going to actually help you if you engage and die right now. He's still staying alive, 0 deaths, but it's going to be Team Cabo Republic that's going to get the lower turtle, and no contest from the side of Team Blue whatsoever.
Oh, Argus did. I feel like the team is losing because the EXP laner is actually not coming at all. That is also a bit
Oh,
of problem because Yushang is definitely on their faces and like, diving into the back line.
Oh, is that a shot at Argus again? Or you already called him a black skinned guy. You are not going to make fun of Argus anymore. I'm not
Bro,
allowing it. But look at the top side.
I said that for the skin, not his
I'm just
skin.
joking. I'm just joking,
Like,
dude.
I knew that, but the way the spun hits, oh my god. Like, I can't help it that the skins are called skins, just like the human skin, but it is not the skin, which I meant the skin is skin.
We can
It's just
just call it
funny.
cosmetics and have a good day. But look at the conceal. We've got right now Sacred Hammer from the side of Team
Oh,
Red, and they've got a lot of pressure coming in, especially with the Joy and her beats getting a double kill onto both Nathan and Grok. But at the bot
Chiku, what
side, we're
is.
actually looking at no
Bro,
pressure. Oh, he's going to go for a triple. He's going to catch Alpha, but Alpha is going to catch him instead with the Spear of Alpha. Nobody's going to actually follow through, though, but it's going to be Sacred Hammer from the side of Team Red. That's going to get the kill on Alpha. Chiku's going to go down. That's going to be a very, very bad situation for Blue to actually keep themselves in.
and that was good engage coming in from Tigreal, as well as a good follow up.
Look at the
The
mid.
fact that Joy did not go back home, and the fact that Tigreal came through the turret just to use the Sacred Hammer
Oh,
and
no,
make
tower.
sure that Chiku dies.
Look at the towers, though. Tier 1 in the mid lane was taken out by a minion. There is no bigger insult than that, dude.
There are some times when minions are more useful than your own team. So yeah, I
Absolutely.
guess that this is the time when you don't even have to say that insult, and it just like speaks to you by himself.
Absolutely. And with the way things are going, I think Team Red, Cabo Republic is actually going to stand tall and make sure they set the, advantage that they've got, the lead that they're actually taking, the snowball in stone. They're setting it in stone and making sure there's no pressure or threat from the side of Team Blue. They are absolutely dominating throughout the game. Chiku, though, he might get caught in a bad situation, but look at that. We've got Xavier. I
Oh,
don't think it's actually going to be
but
Chiku. Chiku is going to get taken out by the Wolf, of course, who was actually a dragon. But look at that, the
oh,
tectonic shard and the sacred hammer implosion coming in. We've got 3 people getting caught, and we've got 2 people getting taken out. It's going to be a monster kill and a double kill for Joy, but he's too low on HP to actually take down Grok, so he's going to take a step back. But look at that, he's going to actually find a way to get the Grok again, most probably. But no, Argus is coming in. He's got the Eternal Evil on. He's trying to actually get a little bit of an advantage there, but he's going to actually lose the Eternal Evil, obviously, because it does not actually proc the second phase of it. But look at that, the Feather Airstrike is also there, and Argus, for the first time in the game, ARC falls down. Oh, Dawning Light just misses Joy by an
as I
inch.
said, like Argus is like missing most of the match, and right now he does come. They were actually pretty low as well, but he could not get the kill. Like it's not about the hero; it's about how you're playing the hero, though. So I would
To
definitely
be fair,
understand, like, there's a lot of reason why our main heroes are disliked by a lot of people. And it's not the hero's fault, it's because most of the players who play the hero did not receive the brain cells from the Lord of Light. So, hey, Lord, please have
oh
mercy.
man. Oh, look at that implosion, though. Alpha is not going to be able to escape with the Spear of Alpha this time, but he is going to actually go back to the base because obviously he needs to take a chill pill and rest up because Joy is going to be taking that red buff. He's going to do Alpha's hard work, but look at the Tectonic Charge and the Dawning Light. Farsa's low on HP, flickers away, and we've got a little bit of a skirmish happening in the mid tower, tier 2. but that's gonna be Rock getting taken now. I didn't
Bro,
think electricity had an advantage on rock types because obviously Pokemon taught me otherwise. But Joy definitely seems to be able to, counter that rock pretty well. I mean, it kind of reminds me of how Pikachu actually fought Onyx in the first, gym fight that Ash ever went to.
that is because the sprinklers went off, bro.
Oh man, attack the horn. Oh, that's what they said when, what do you call it? Onyx. Apparently Onyx, the big rock snake Pokemon, has one weakness. If you attack the horn, it's going to be destroyed. And I don't think I see a horn on Grok.
Well, I guess that's just a weak pressure point for
Oh,
him, which can crack up the bones, I mean, the rock. But then
I
again,
mean,
the
to be fair,
Lord
they're
is
walking.
here. And did you see the way the bird was like flying around? My God. I wouldn't say a Pidgey even does that. He just flickered out, then converted into a bird, and like he was just like rotating at the spot, not even revolving properly. I'm not sure what anyone is doing anymore. But did you see
It's
that
just,
score 150 onto Chiku? Like,
oh, look
kind
at that, the
of
big black
sad.
dragon. Oh, Dawning Light secures the
Ooh,
Lord. Team Blue get the Lord under the noses of Team Red. Cabalti Public is going to be very confused here. Here comes the implosion. Three people get caught. It's going to be a massacre because obviously, oh, Argus is still alive. He's got the Eternal Evil on, but it's going to be Joy that finds his way to get the kill on
was.
Argus. It's going to be four people who was going to be taken out. Oh, was exactly. Was alive for a long time, but he
You
was
do
going to
know
fall
that
down.
electric types are super effective against flying types, so well, that is kind of understandable, I guess.
I mean, Argus is a dark type though, because obviously he's from the abyss and all that. So,
He's a dark flying type. He
yeah, I
evolved
mean, to
into
be
the
fair,
flying
yeah.
type, so he just gained a weakness.
Damn, dude, that's actually kind of sad. But talking about
You know, this
weaknesses, we've
happens.
got a
Like,
hero.
just imagine,
Huh?
like, Charmeleon is good in all. He's just like fire type Charmander, Charmeleon, and suddenly they become Charizard, they get a flying type, and suddenly you are just weak against a lot of other types. It's like, huh, it's there.
The first time I actually had a run through to Pokemon Fire Red, I actually believed that Dragonite was a flying type for some reason. Stupid me, I ended up suffering against Lance and his party too many times to actually count, and then I realized he's a dragon type, a pure dragon type, and I struggled against him
Bro,
even still. Again, well, I was a Squirtle player. I used to actually, stand Squirtle, but I didn't have much of a problem the second time I actually came around fighting Lance. I kind of ended up winning pretty easily, but then again,
If
well, a
you
kid
were
me would be
standing
proud.
Squirtle, you can have literally used Ice Beam, like the TM95. Like you can easily get it from the department store. So,
Not
like,
department store. I believe that's actually. Oh no, Blizzard is from the casino, not casino. What do you call it? Yeah, the Team Rocket's casino. But look at that. We've got Dawning Light hitting, but look at
yeah.
the implosion. Absolutely crazy. Purify saves one, but it's not going to actually be the same for the rest of the party. Obviously, Argus is going to be alive because obviously he's got the Eternal Evil on, but the Shaw residue from obviously Yuzong is going to actually do a lot of damage. He's going to be forced back. Two people alive, three people alive from the side of Team Blue. It's going to be Grok, Argus, and Nathan, and I
Okay.
don't think it's going to be very easy to take them
Why
down right
was
now,
that
especially
Nathan?
with a flicker.
Don't you think that was a little too aggressive for Nathan? Like, he just used the entropy and he went forward. The fact that the enemies did not counter was different, but okay, Nathan, in a bit of a trouble. Camera boy, can we see them?
He's gonna be taken out, I believe. But look at that. He's still
Oh,
chasing. What is
oh,
wrong with this guy? Hold on.
uh,
Hold on. He gets the kill, but hold on is gonna get taken out too. But look at that. Yuzong, he does not have and okay, I don't think anybody from the side of Team Blue, especially Xavier, neither Grok have, what do you call it? Anti-heal, the life bane effects. It's not there. So that's why Yuzong was able to actually heal back so much HP. But wait. Can we have a look at the items? I have a feeling that nobody actually has anti-heal.
Grok
Grok has
actually has
anti-heal.
life train, but the rest,
Oh yeah, Life Bane. He has Life Bane, but I think
uh,
Xavier is still yet to buy it. I think yeah, that's why Xavier, when he hit, he was not able to actually proc the Life Bane to actually reduce the healing of Yuzong.
Albus has
But
it
Yuzong's
too.
still alive. Yuzong's
You
still
know,
alive though. I'm still
Albus
kind of
has it.
wondering. He's smart. He's actually picking the right items, but it's going to be stupid for an Argus to buy the Life Bane effect. It's kind of very, very unnecessary. But look at that. Team Cowboy Republic is going to catch two people, especially with the implosion. But look at that. Argus's Eternal Evil has been procced, but he'll be forced to retreat. But look at that. It's not going to be another Dawning Light securing the Lord again, but Brock is going to be taken now. Lord getting secured by the side of Team Cowboy Republic. And I believe that right now, Shao Residue flying out. It's not going to actually kill Xavier, but Xavier immobilizes the Yuzong Spark Wolf out of the picture. It's going to be Xavier, who was actually absolutely crazy over there. He immobilized Yuzong to actually make sure a kill is secured. But look, Lord is now marching in on the mid side, obviously, because the mid lane is the one that got most damage. So I believe it's going to be in a little bit of a pickle, but nothing too serious just yet. Unless, of course, they make a little bit of a mistake because Chiku and Grok are now back in action. So I don't believe it's going to be a wipeout entirely. But look at that! It's going to be Nathan getting taken out by Feather Airstrike. Chiku is trying to do something. He's looking for an entry, but it's going to be Grok blocking him here. Comes the implosion and Sacred
Oh,
Hammer. No Feather Airstrike though, so it's not going to be followed up by much. But I believe that Farsa is going to be enough to take down a lot of enemies. But look at that. Eternal Evil is going to keep him alive for a bit longer, and I don't believe he's going to be alive for too long, though. But they're going to be able to defend against that onslaught of minions. However, Yuzong and Joy against a Grok, I believe that it's going to be very hard for Grok to actually. What is Joy doing? What is
oh,
Joy
Joy,
doing?
bro, he kind of gave up his life. Yeah, that
Almost.
almost, but Grok is definitely keeping up.
Oh
And
no.
oh, look who's here! It's Nathan to the rescue with entropy, and he just cancelled his entropy himself.
I
He's
mean,
done
it
this
puts it
twice.
back in cooldown. He can put it back on cooldown, especially if he's actually not going to engage in any more fights. So I think it's actually a good, valid decision from the side of Nathan. I think he's actually pretty smart on that one, especially since the fact that Yuzong is the only one who's actually there, so they can't really get a kill on him, especially with him having the second skill and the ultimate ready to be used at any given moment. So I think it's actually a good idea to keep the entropy back on off cooldown as quickly as he can.
That is also a possibility, but using that just to get closer to the minions, I feel like he could have cleared the minions way faster. But okay.
True, I agree, but I mean, I don't know what's going on in the minds of these players sometimes because, well, they're denying whatever the pro players have actually, instilled in the hearts of many people. So I think whatever they're doing, I think they actually just want the freedom to make the decisions for themselves. But look at that. You saw him getting blocked by a wall, dude. He's just crashing into that one. He's just glitching and walking into that just like as if, what do you call it? A 2000s character from a video game. Look at that. Grok is getting caught by two people, but it's not going to be, doing any damage. But look, we've got the Black Dragon trying to find his way to actually find the back line, but everyone's going to fall back. They're trying to make sure that there's not going to be any engaged. But look at that. The Petrify being wasted, but Purify
Oh,
also being wasted
confused
from the side of
Tigreal.
Team Blue. We've got the Tigreal coming in. We've got him
Oh,
going in.
fine.
He's got four people. The Purify not there anymore. He's gonna actually. Oh! It's completely countered. Completely turned around. Three dead from the side of Team Red. Kabuti Public. What are you doing?
Okay, this is definitely a comeback
Oh,
story.
oh,
Look
oh.
at that. The tectonic shot, so much damage coming in. And with a flicker, damn, that's a killing spree going to Grok himself.
And
Uh,
now Team Blue have the option to take the Lord. That's crazy. Only Yuzong
it,
alive, so it's going to be very, very peculiar if Yuzong is able to actually steal the Lord, like how Xavier did it. But Chiku has the retribution, so he's going to find his way to get the Lord without any pressure. Top lane is going to get pressured, though. Nathan is actually trying to push the top lane and give an option. But it's going to be Lord in the bot lane because obviously Argus is the best pusher, and obviously the bot lane is the most pushed. Nathan, is he
see,
going to be
see,
taken out? Black
did you
Dragon
did you
finds it.
see Nathan use entropy once again?
Yeah, that was an unnecessary
Like
entropy, and Grok is forced to use
exactly,
his spell
that
to
is my
actually take.
point.
Oh
Like I
no!
understand with your reasoning, but that is my point. But okay. And this is definitely not looking good. Like they do have a lot, but looks like
Wasted.
I
That was an absolute
yeah.
waste of spells, especially from Grok. Obviously, Grok shouldn't have actually wasted his spells to actually save the Nathan, who was totally off position. They should have just, defended him around. They should have stayed around him and defended him. But I think that's not going to actually be a very good idea as of right now because they just got the advantage back and they're losing it very, very quickly.
Right
They
now,
got
it's
two
very
towers
tricky
though.
defending. They do have two towers, but it's a 3v5 with all of the enemies' minions being elite minions.
True. No tier threes available, so they're not gonna have any line of defense against this. Especially if Argus. Okay, we're back with Nathan. Obviously, he's come back. We've got the
Oh,
implosion coming in. Sacred Hammer, three people, and we've got Foster's Feather Airstrike. But Alpha Spear of Destruction. I mean, Spear of Alpha, obviously, finds his way to actually stop the Farsa's ultimate. But the Nexus is gonna get marked down, and we've got a easy GG's for the side of Team Cabo Public. Argus, I'm disappointed.
okay, and that was definitely interesting. For a minute there, I definitely thought there is gonna be a comeback. So while there are some things which we could debate whether they did the right thing or not, but then again, the end of the day, the truth remains that it is gonna be Cabo Public who are the winners for this match.
Obviously, dude, with the fact that Argus bought himself Blade of Despair, you're stupid. You get the Malefic, a Malefic Roar, a Malefic Gun if you really want to. The attack speed, obviously. If you want the attack speed, just get Malefic Gun. You will have a lot of tanky enemies. You've got that, a Sea Halberd, obviously, you're going to win against the Yuzong, but you don't have any damage to actually, deal to heroes that have a lot of physical defense, especially heroes like Edith, Yuzong, and Tigreal. You can maybe take the Farsa down, but you cannot afford to have a Blade of Despair, man.
Mm-hmm. Well, wise words from the Argus Lord himself. But guys, don't worry because everything matters right today after a short break. Until then, guys, do stay tuned, like the stream, subscribe to the channel, and we'll be right back.
I come to crush my enemies. I reap the strong rise. The weak crumble. My will is absolute. The abyss shall kneel. Gaze upon me. Become me. I see desperation. I come to crush my enemies. I reap the strong rise. The weak crumble. My will is absolute. The abyss shall kneel. Gaze upon me. Become me. I see desperation. I come to crush my enemies. I reap The strong rise. The weak crumble. My will is absolute. The abyss shall kneel. Gaze upon me. Become me. I see desperation. I come to crush my enemies. I reap. The strong rise. The weak crumble. My will is absolute. The abyss shall kneel. Gaze upon me. Become me. I see desperation. I come to crush my enemies. I reap. The strong rise. The weak crumble. My will is absolute. The abyss shall kneel. Gaze upon me. Become me. I see desperation. I come to crush my enemies. I reap. The strong rise. The weak crumble. My will is absolute. The abyss shall kneel. to crush my enemies. I reap. The strong rise. The weak crumble. My will is absolute. The abyss shall kneel.